My father looks at me silently and smiles. And my mother says, "Live a little longer, daughter."
This story is from my subscriber.
I lived separately from my parents in another city. It so happened that after graduation I found a good job far from home. I rarely saw my mom and dad, and we didn't call each other very often. Everything was going on, and so I was on another business trip when sad news came from my hometown. Mom and dad had died. When they were coming back from their dacha, they were in a car accident. I came home. My relatives helped me with all the sad things and I was left alone for the night in an empty apartment. I was not myself, looking at the pictures, worried that I had spent so little time with my parents. Finally, I got sleepy from exhaustion. And then I dreamed that I was standing over a precipice on a bare rock. The abyss is deep and goes down and is lost in the black darkness. And I hear my mother calling me from the blackness. The voice sounds both familiar and unfamiliar. But I want to believe it's her voice. And I want to see my mother again so much, that I begin to think desperately how to go down there. As if by order, a path appeared that leads downwards. I began to carefully go down into the blackness. Soon it became so dark that I was walking almost by touch. When the path disappeared from view, I began to understand that it was not my mother calling me. And the voice is really creepy. It gives me the creeps all over my body. And judging by the fact that it is getting closer and louder, the owner of this voice is coming closer to me. I want to go back upstairs, but I cannot see the path. I am afraid to stand in complete darkness. Panic was overwhelming me. I cried, because I thought that I would stay here forever. But then I felt how they took my hand and led me upstairs. I somehow calmed down at once. I do not resist. We went out of that blackness and again were on the edge of abyss. I turned around and saw my parents. My father was looking at me in silence and smiling. My mother stroked my hair gently and said, "Live a little longer, my daughter." She kissed me, and I woke up abruptly. I feel bad. It turns out that my blood pressure had risen. I wondered what would have happened if my mother hadn't woken me up.
Thank you for watching and supporting me. Subscribe to the channel, there will be many more interesting things.